Today I'm going to be telling you how I made a vintage heart cake. So I started with mixing up my batter and preparing to put it into 3 8-inch heart pans. I do apologize that the picture is a little bit tilted. So I added some buttercream to my cake board so that my cake did not slide around as I was decorating. So I first started with filling the cake, adding some buttercream for stacking these cakes. I added also a strawberry filling in between the two cakes. I'm going to do the same between the second and third. So I put a layer of buttercream, and then I'm going to build a bit of a dam here to keep my strawberry filling in between the layers and not bulging out of my buttercream. Now I'm going to add this homemade strawberry filling as I did between the second and third layers. And I'm going to add that last cake and begin to do a full crumb coat. I did push down a little bit just to kind of make sure that that buttercream is going to stay in between the layers. So here I am doing the crumb coat so that we can keep all those crumbs underneath and not in my icing. And after I got this gently covered, I did put this into a refrigerator for a brief moment so it could harden up a little bit. Then when I came back to it, I entered the process of adding the top pink color for this icing for the cake. And I'm going to use 2 other colors of pink to add the vintage design to this cake. Right now I'm just taking the bench scraper. I'm trying to smooth out that icing as best I can. This is a crusting buttercream, so that does make it a little bit easier to smooth this out. And I used a ribbon tip to do this bottom border of the cake. And I'm going to do the same thing at the top border. And I'm switching the tip here so I can add the next designs. This is a 2D piping tip. I'm just doing a little bit of a second border here. It's one of the benefits of this type of design for folks that really like icing. This really has a lot of icing, and you cover most of the cake in extra icing, so it gives it that vintage look. And I did the same thing here also at the top. And I had taken a glass and done a little bit of indentation here, so I have a general idea of where my ruffles are going to go. I'm using a leaf tip here to do this portion of the design. And I'm using an open tip here to do this portion of the design. And I use that same open tip to do just a little bit of a white design to bring in some other color. I'm using that same tip to do just some little white rosettes here so that I can add the cherries to the top. Right now I am writing 20 effing 3 per the request of the person who's getting this cake. Okay, now I'm spraying some edible glitter to make this cake shine. You also notice that I did add 2 other rows or ruffles of white, one with a leaf tip and one with a round tip, just to give some additional color here. Now I have taken some pink luster dust and I added some vanilla extract to it so that I can make it into like a paint. And so I painted on each of these cherries, and then I took that edible glitter and I'm spraying each one of those cherries pretty heavily to put on top of the cake. And now you see me starting to add these to each of those little white rosettes. And this is going to wrap up the look of this cake once I get the entire set of cherries put onto this cake. And again, I do apologize that my picture is crooked in this video. With that, this is how the cake looks at the end. If you did enjoy seeing this video, please like, comment, share, and come back again to watch other videos.